It's been almost 5 years since I jumped from early childhood education into the world of real estate, and my business partner Lisa has been in the business for well over 20 years. So between the two of us, we've seen a lot of examples of homes that come up for sale with big mistakes made, and ultimately they have a negative impact on the sale price. Your home is likely your biggest asset, and even if you look at your house as a home rather than an investment, there are some things that you should and should not do when you're selling your home to help maximize your sale price. Because even if you don't look at it as an investment, you're likely going to need the money from the sale for your next purchase or maybe for retirement. So an extra $40,000 or $50,000 or more can make a huge difference. So in this video, I'm going to give you my top 4 mistakes I want you to avoid when you sell your home. My name is Jessie McLellan. I'm a realtor here in Oshawa, Ontario, and although this video is based on my experiences in my marketplace of Durham region, most of these will be applicable in other markets as well. If you like this video and like to see more videos like this one and want to stay up to date on what's happening in the Durham region and GTA real estate markets, then please subscribe to our channel. And if you watch this video and have any questions for me about buying or selling a property, I'll put a link in the description where you can book a call with me at a time that works best for you. When it comes time to sell your property, the process can be a little overwhelming, and it can be easy to complicate things. For the first mistake, if there's one thing that I want you to take away from the video, this is it. Make sure you cover the basics. I probably could have dragged these out and split them into multiple mistakes, but to me, these are things that are going to have the biggest impact on your home sale, and they all go together. People start their home search online, so your home needs to look good and stand out. This starts with your list price. It's very important to understand what is happening in your local market, both what similar homes are currently selling for so you can set your expectations correctly, and what these homes are listing for so you can set your list price correctly. In markets like the one I'm currently experiencing in the Durham region, it's very common for a home's list price to be well below what their expectations are. I know some sellers have hesitations about listing their home below what they're hoping to sell it for, but it's important to remember that if you don't get offers to your satisfaction, you don't have to accept any of them. The idea behind listing low is to generate more attention, more showings, more offers, and with more offers usually comes a higher sale price. If the majority of homes in your market are listing low and you choose not to, that can backfire on your sale price. A lot of the homes I see sell for a lower price than they should have, at least in my market, are homes that were listed with a poor pricing strategy. Usually listed too high, or maybe even they tried to salvage the sale by relisting at a lower price point and reviewing offers on a certain day. But it's much harder to list it high and then relist it low, as that can confuse and turn off a lot of buyers. You're much better off listing at a lower price and then regrouping and relisting at a traditional pricing strategy if you don't get offers where you thought you would. Pricing strategies can vary based on your specific home and market, so always speak to a local professional so you can figure out what's happening in your micro market. Once you have your list price figured out, the next thing that's going to make your home stand out is professional staging and photography. If a realtor is offering you staging and photography, make sure it's done professionally and not just throwing some pillows on a couch and taking a picture with their iPhone. With everyone starting their home searches online, professional staging and photography is going to help make your home pop and stand out. Homes that have low quality or unprofessional photos don't get the same amount of showings or offers compared to homes that have it done professionally. And sometimes there's nothing wrong with those homes, it was just someone trying to save a buck and thought their crooked iPhone pictures were good enough. But when buyers are scrolling through home after home with beautiful photos and everything looks like an HGTV show perfect, a home with low quality photos is likely not going to make their list because it doesn't get them excited. And that's something I'll even look out for with my buyer clients. If we see a house go up with a bad pricing strategy or with bad photos, those are homes I absolutely want to show my clients, because if they can see past the bad photos and no staging, they can probably get the house a lot cheaper than the one down the road that's staged and is getting 100 showings. And don't underestimate what professional staging does to a space. I know it can be a lot of work decluttering and removing some of your belongings to make room for what the stager's planning to do, but it really makes all the difference. Pro stagers know how to make rooms feel big and spacious, they know how to make use of any awkward rooms a home may have, and they know how to make it appeal to the most amount of people possible. And the more people you can appeal to, the more people will book showings and bring offers. So your home has an attractive list price, it looks beautiful in photos, and showings are starting to get booked. Now you need to make sure your home is living up to those expectations in person. Of course, no home is perfect and no one's expecting your home to be perfect. Keep your home as clean as possible for showings, and if you're going to do work or repairs on your home to prepare it for sale, make sure they're done right. When a buyer walks in a home and starts noticing places where it looks like corners have been cut and questionable work has been done, that's going to affect how they value your property, and it often leads to them starting to nitpick at other things around the home. If you check off these basics of listing your home at a good price, ensuring your home shows well online, and showing well in person, your home will sell for a good price. The next mistake I see happen is homeowners making big changes to prepare their home to be sold before getting a professional opinion. If you're going to go through the trouble of painting rooms in your home or doing renovations that aren't for you but are strictly for the benefit of your sale, please call a realtor you trust and get their opinion to make sure you're spending your money and time in the right places. A freshly painted home is great, but a home that's been freshly painted Barney purple in every room is only going to grab people's attention for the wrong reasons. Usually a professional stager or realtor can give you paint color suggestions that are popular and trending. Remember, we're trying to make your home appeal to the masses. So as hard as it is, leave your personal preferences aside and take time to make a phone call before you pick up a paintbrush or make any big changes. This goes for repairs and upgrades as well. Another mistake I've seen a lot of people make is prioritizing the wrong upgrades, or assuming that because you've put money into something in your home that other buyers will value it equally as much or more than you do. Paying thousands of dollars to have your driveway repaved or for unnecessary landscaping when that money could have been put into upgrading the kitchen or replacing old worn out windows isn't going to help the sale of your home. Buyers aren't going to notice or add value because of a driveway or landscaping, but they will deduct money from their offer because they feel they need to replace a kitchen or big ticket items like furnace or roof or windows. If there are things that you want for your own enjoyment, then by all means, it's your home, go crazy. But just know that other people might not value it the same as you do. If you're going it to increase the value of your property, take a minute and call your realtor so they can guide you on what changes to make and how those changes will affect your value. Next, I want to mention being flexible for showings. The amount of showings a home gets is really going to vary depending on your market, the price range of your home, and a number of other factors. Sometimes in my market, it's not uncommon to have 30, 40, 50 plus showings on a property over a 6 or 7 day span. And if you're still living in your home while it's for sale, it can be tough trying to balance being accommodating to buyers, but also trying to live your life and stick with your routine. But try to be as flexible as possible with showings, especially if you're in a market where homes are selling relatively quickly. I know it can be challenging during those few days, but not all buyers are local and not all buyers are going to be available again. I often work with clients who have to drive a couple of hours each time they view properties, and they might only be able to come view properties once or twice a week. So if a seller denies their showing request, they may not have a chance to view that property again before it sells, and you don't want to discourage someone from bringing in a good offer. The next mistake is about making sure your home is listed on the correct real estate boards. This is something I don't really hear other people talking about often, but I've seen it happen multiple times and it always leads to a much lower sale price. I don't even know if the homeowners realize that their home isn't listed on a local board, but rather a neighboring board so it's not visible to buyers in their area. For example, I'm in Durham region, so we list homes in this area on the Toronto Real Estate Board. But sometimes an agent who's located an hour or two away and is a member of the neighboring board will list a home for sale that's out here. The issue is when they list it on their board and not on our local Toronto board. 99% of buyers in Durham region are likely using an agent who is part of the Toronto board. So by not listing a home on this board, even though it's located in this area, that home is not being seen by the majority of local buyers. I've even seen homes listed in the hottest of markets and they'll sit for weeks before they sell, way below market price. And from the homeowner's perspective, I would truly hope that they were told they weren't listed on the local board, but if they weren't, they probably just thought that their home didn't get many showings and no offers, so it must not be worth as much, and they accepted a lower offer. And sometimes that just isn't the case. It's just that no one knew their home was for sale. This is also super frustrating for local agents who belong to their local board and are having to go out of their way to access the listing information for a property in their own neighborhood. So when you're listing your home for sale, before you sign anything, maybe just verify that the agent you're listing with is either a local agent and is listing it through the appropriate boards, or at the very least, if your agent is from out of town, make sure it's listed on both boards. It may cost them a small extra fee, but you want to make sure that your local buyers can see your local home. That's all for this video. If you found it helpful, make sure you hit that like button and please subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to speak with me, that link is in the description for you to book a phone call. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one next week. Bye!